Hi and welcome back. Today, me and my model Ariane will show you how to create this beautiful and very simple makeup look for the bridesmaids. As this look is going to be very simple, I decided to include the skincare prep as well. I have already cleansed the skin using Rodial's Dragon's Blood Cleansing Water, and now I'm applying the Magic Serum from Charlotte Tilbury. This is a staple product in my kit for my private clientele, as I find that it suits most of the skin types perfectly. The next step in the skin prep is going to be the under eye cream. Currently, I'm liking Jones Road Eye Cream for its moisture, and also I find that once it's applied and absorbed, all of the further makeup products blend into it seamlessly. And as it is a winter, we are not forgetting to prep the lips too. For that, I'm using Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. And the final stage in our skin prep is going to be the face cream. Today I decided to use Evie L'Homme Moisture Cream, which is one of my personal favorites as it is packed with antioxidants that help to protect the skin from the environmental damage. And once the skin is prepped, I'm moving on to the foundation. And for the foundation this time, I chose Limbo's Little Black Dress. The reason why I chose this foundation that contains SPF 50 is to show you a different option for the bridesmaids makeup look. Currently, I find that a lot of my models and also private clients are undergoing different skin procedures, including the face peels. And all of these require an extra skin protection from the UV rays. So this foundation that contains SPF 50 is going to be perfect to protect the skin from the sun. And once the foundation is done, I'm then moving on to the cream contouring. For this, I chose to use Charlotte Tilbury's Contour Wand in the shade Fair, which I'm applying with my Kit Kat 013 brush all over the contours of the face, including the eyelids and also the temples. This will help to define the contours of the face and will also act as a first kind of an eyeshadow step all over the eyelids. And while I'm creating complexion using the cream products, I'm also going to add a slight touch of a peachy blusher. This one is from the brand Dear Dahlia in the color Sunset Romance. I'm lightly dusting the color all over the highest points of the cheeks, in the middle of the nose, and also along the contours of the face. Such blusher application will help to bring the skin to life. And the final cream product before we are going to set everything with powder is the creamy concealer from NARS, which I'm applying using Illamasqua large eyeshadow brush and duplicating everything with the beauty blender to make sure that everything underneath the eye is super blended and pushed into the skin. And as I have a beauty blender at hand, I also kind of go over the whole face, merging all of the contours and highlights together so everything is super flawless before we moving on to the powder. Now I'm going to work on the eyes, and the eye look is going to be very simple. First of all, I am duplicating the contours of the eyes using Limbo's contouring powder. This will set the contour that I've previously applied in place and also give me a slight kind of a shadowing around the eye area. Next, I am defining the lash line using the Chestnut lip liner from MAC, which is a wonderful and also universal shade that will equally suit brown, blue, or green eyes, as it contains a slight shading of red undertone, and that color brings the blue and also the green color out of the eyes. This pencil, however, needs to be set with powder, and for that I've used Charlotte Tilbury's eyeshadow palette in the shade Sophisticate, and also added Bobbi Brown long wearing espresso ink gel liner in the Lash Line 2. I intensify the color a little bit further. Then I popped individual lashes, and while they're drying, I am combing through Got To Be Brow Gel and also filling in the outer parts of the brows using the NYX brow pen in the shade Black. Normally, I prefer to fill in the brows with the lighter shades of brown, even if they're a deep black color. But for Ariane, I'm only filling in the ends of the brows, so the black color will be perfect to match the rest of the brow. I also popped some individual lashes and coated them in Laura Mercier Caviar Volume Mascara, and now I am moving on to the powder. In the middle of the face, I am dusting Charlotte Tilbury's Airbrush Flawless Finish Setting Powder in the shade shade Fair, and on the outer parts of the face, I've mixed in a medium shade. Now I'm going to go over the contouring parts of the face, and I'm using Suede Powder Bronzer from the brand Limbos, which is called bronzer, but it's not as warm as any other bronzer that I have. So actually this will act perfectly as a contouring shade. You guys know I love to create complexion using several stages of the coloring. So first I'm applying the bronzers and blushers using the creams, and then I am duplicating everything with the powders. This allows me to create the more flawless canvas and also the more realistic looking skin. So this is exactly what I'm doing here, using Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso, which I'm duplicating in all of the parts where I applied the creamy blusher previously. Next, I decided to fill in the lips using the MUA Intense Color Liner in the color Sincere. This is one of my favorite nude liners at the moment. It's very creamy, glides on really easily, but it does not stay on long on the lips. So the best way to make it last is to powder it first. Once you powder the lips, you can then go on and apply the shade of the lipstick. This one is from Dior in the shade Promenade. Now that the look is almost complete, I wanted to add some final touches to the eyes using Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette. This will just add a slight shimmer to the inner parts of the eyes, but nothing overly glowing. And of course, I couldn't leave the skin dull, so I am popping my new Dior Backstage Glow palette in the shade Glitz, and I'm mixing a few different shades to kind of mimic Ariane's undertone. And of course, I needed to highlight all of the exposed body areas using Model Body from Charlotte Tilbury, and this literally completes the look. It's not overly shiny, but it just gives you that inner skin radiance and will photograph beautifully. And as it is a bridesmaid's makeup look, usually bridesmaids are done very early in the morning. Don't forget to set the makeup using the setting spray. I'm sorry guys, I forgot to record it, but I used Charlotte Tilbury's fixing spray. I love how this look turned out. It's muted, turned down, but yet sophisticated and beautiful, because the bride is the main focal point of the whole wedding, and you don't want to overshine by overdoing the bridesmaid's look.